Hey guys, it's Dan. Welcome back to another episode of Guitar Talk. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all those YouTubey things that we love you to do. Roll that intro. Hey guys, welcome back to Guitar Talk. Today we are looking at the PRS SE John Mayer Silver Sky. Checking out the specs at the body on this, it is a poplar body on this. It's a Silver Sky shape or S-type shape if you want to call it that. A 5-way switch, volume, 2 tones, input jack. It's got a 2-point trem system, a 3-ply scratch plate, and it is loaded with the PRS SE 635 pickups, the S version of those pickups. Moving over to the next side of things on this, it is a maple satin neck with a rosewood fretboard with 22 frets. Obviously we've got the bird inlays. It's a 25.5 inch scale and an 8.5 inch fretboard radius. Looking over the finish on this straight out of the box, the finish is absolutely impeccable on this. There are no blemishes. All of the work on this has been done really, really well. There's no issues or anything I can find here. So for the cheap version of this guitar, it is really impressive what they've done for the money. The sounds and tones that you can get out of this guitar, the 635S pickups are essentially the Far Eastern version of the 635 pickups, which, if I remember rightly, are aiming to go somewhere between a 63 Strat and a 65 Strat, with modern appointments, some refinement there to the tone, and they do that really, really well, just like the American version. So you can get all those kind of John Mayer-y, bluesy, poppy tones that he gets. This thing does rock really well. These cover a massive spectrum of sounds. Obviously, if you just have to straight up Strat sounds, then this has got you covered and more. It's a very, very versatile guitar. The setup on this straight out of the box, it's been set up really, really well. It's got the 8.5 inch radius, so it's not so round as the American version with the 7.25 inch radius, but I think that is to make it more appealable to wider masses that didn't like the 7.25 radius, while still maintaining a similar feel and tone. So the setup on it, one thing that PRS do really, really well is if the guitar has been set up well, so the intonation is all in and it's all set up really well, as I said, no matter where you play on the neck, it's just in tune, and that certainly carries over onto the SE line. So top marks there, no matter where you play this thing, it rings out, it sounds great, and it's just in tune. So I've got to say, I actually went into this in my mind a little bit biased, thinking I really, really don't want to like this. I love the American Silver Sky, and obviously this is the cheaper version, and in my head I kind of want to justify to myself that the American version is worth the money over this. And I've got to say, I actually really, really love this guitar. It's just one of those guitars that when you're playing it, you just don't want to put it down. It just plays itself. It's super groovy and funky to play. It's an awesome guitar. So there you go. I said it. I did not want to like this when I picked it up, but straight away after playing it for just 5 minutes, I completely fell in love with it. One thing that does come to mind when I think about this guitar, and it's not taking anything away from the guitar itself because it is a great guitar, but I do have to ask myself the question that how much stuff can you change on a guitar between lines? So obviously you've got the core line and then this is the SE line. How much stuff can you change and still call it the same model of guitar? Because obviously this is a poplar body, the American version's got the older body. This has got a 2-point trem, American's got the 6 trem. This has got a 8.5 inch radius, whereas the American version's got the 7.25 inch radius. The nut is different on this. The pickups, obviously, although they are cheaper versions of the American pickups, the pickups are different. How much stuff can you change? And that's quite a big fundamental change in most of the materials on the guitar. Can you change and still call it the same thing? So they are both the John Mayer Silver Sky. This is the SE version compared to the American version. They are both awesome guitars, but different trems, different body material. This one is the rosewood body with a satin maple neck, whereas the American version at the moment has got a gloss maple neck if you've got the rosewood board. So many different things, but still a Silver Sky. Nothing taking away from this guitar. It is a fantastic guitar, but just food for thought, something that crossed my mind. Is the guitar worth the money? Now in the UK these things are, I think, about $899. Not sure how much they are in the rest of the world, but to me it is definitely worth the money. As I've already said, I really love the guitar. It feels great and it just kind of plays itself. And if you kind of look across to the other company, Fender, and you look at the kind of Vintera series, they are a very similar price point, some of them even more. And this, to me, with the satin finish neck and everything, just instantly feels like a really well played in S-type instrument that actually comes out cheaper than the Fender Vintera series, which obviously if you buy the 60s model is aiming at a 60s Strat, and this is supposed to be an approximation of a modernized version of a 60s Strat. So is this worth the money? When you look at it, the Mexican Vintera series in some cases is more, then definitely yes, this is worth the money. If you don't look at it in terms of Fender and comparing to that kind of stuff, then this is just a very, very good playable instrument for the money. Would I own one of these? Now, that is the question. Honestly, I would rather have the American version because they do feel different, they do sound a bit different, they both do a very, very good job. But I would probably rather just save up and own the American version. But that being said, if I had a gig and I didn't have a guitar with me and someone handed me one of these, I am not going to complain at all because it is a very playable, excellent sounding guitar, and I would have no problem. If I was going on tour and I could only take one guitar and this was it, I would have no problem with that. So So just to add to the other stuff that I've said, the guitar comes with a padded soft case, which I know some people say they would prefer a hard case. I personally love the soft case because if I'm doing a local gig or something like that and I'm just putting stuff in the car, then soft case, absolutely fine for me. It's really portable. It gives plenty of protection to the guitar. Obviously, if I'm putting it in the back of a truck or something with big heavy amps or anything like that, then sure, hard case, but for pretty much everyday use and everything that I do, a soft case is absolutely fine, and it is a really cool soft case. Other than that, I love the satin finished neck on this. The American version has got a gloss neck on the rosewood fretboard. The satin finish, I've said before, I prefer satin finishes, so that is fine for me. And the John Mayer carve that they call for the neck profile, I've played obviously American core line versions that have got the John Mayer neck carve. This does feel slightly different to me. It doesn't feel as big as the American version, so there does feel like there's a little bit of a difference, but it all feels really, really good. So again, a great, fantastic guitar here. So there we go, guys. To sum up, this, in my opinion, is a fantastic guitar. No doubt as polarizing as what the American version would be, and probably makes the American version even more polarizing when they look very, very similar. But as I pointed out, there are a lot of differences between the two models. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Other than that, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.